If you think you've seen it all with the Philadelphia Eagles, get ready, because what just happened behind the scenes could completely change the franchise's course, and almost no one is talking about it in the right way. And first of all, if you live and breathe Eagles, if this really moves you, subscribe to the channel because what's coming could explode at any moment. Now pay attention. While everyone is distracted by rumors, controversies, and attacks on Jalen Hurts, a silent bomb fell within the organization. The team simply lost an important piece of the front office less than 30 days before the draft. And it wasn't just any time. It was now, at the worst possible timing. And this raises a dangerous question: what exactly is happening behind the scenes with the Eagles? But hold on, because this is just the beginning. Almost simultaneously, Jeffrey Lurie went public and, without mincing words, practically exposed what many fans already felt: last season's offense became predictable, stiff, outdated. And when the team owner says it like that, it's not just an opinion, it's a warning. He made it clear that the problem wasn't the roster. It wasn't talent. It was leadership. It was mentality. It was the coaching staff that simply couldn't evolve while the rest of the NFL adapted. And that changes everything. Because when you take the blame off the players, someone will have to pay the price. And that's where the most controversial point of all comes in. Out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, another one of those classic attacks on Jalen Hurts emerges. That old narrative that always appears when the Eagles don't reach the Super Bowl. Coincidence? Hard to believe. This time, the story is that Hurts is difficult to coach, that he changes plays, that he questions coaches, that he doesn't follow the system as he should. Now think about it. This is the same quarterback who has already taken the team to the top. The same guy who, under pressure, delivers. The same leader who has already proven everything on the field. And then, suddenly, he becomes the problem? It doesn't make sense. In fact, what few people dare to say is this: maybe the problem was never Hurts, maybe the problem was who was trying to lead him. Because let's be honest here among ourselves, elite quarterbacks aren't robots. They read the game. They adjust plays. They take control. And when that works, they call it genius. But when the coaching staff is weak, it becomes a leadership problem. Do you understand the game? And there's more. Reports indicate that, in decisive moments, the Eagles' offense simply lacked identity. Predictable plays, little creativity, and in some situations, decisions were practically pushed onto Hurts himself on the field. Now answer me, what kind of coaching staff does that in critical moments? That's not leadership. That's disorganization. And perhaps that's exactly why drastic changes were made. A new coordinator arrives. A new mentality begins to be built. And, interestingly, now they say Hurts is more receptive. Do you know what that really means? That when there's real leadership, respect appears. Simple as that. And while the media tries to sell a crisis, inside, what may be happening is a silent reconstruction of an offense that wants to become dominant again. But don't be fooled. The departure of an important executive on the eve of the draft is not a small detail. This can impact strategic decisions, market analysis, even choices that will define the franchise's future for the next few years. And if there's one thing we know about the NFL, it's that wrong decisions at this moment are costly. Very costly. So put it all together: exposed internal criticism, changes in the coaching staff, departures in the front office, and attacks directed at the franchise quarterback. This is no coincidence. This is pressure. Pressure for results. Pressure for improvement. Pressure to return to the top. And the big question now is, will this team respond on the field, or will this tension explode mid-season? Because one thing is certain. If this new offensive system works, if Hurts has the right support, and if the front office still knows how to do what it always has, the entire NFL will have a huge problem called the Philadelphia Eagles. But if it fails, then everything that seems exaggerated today could become reality. Now I want to know from you, Do you think the problem was really Jalen Hurts, or was it all the fault of a coaching staff that wasn't up to the task? Comment below, because this discussion is far from over. And if you want to stay up to date on everything happening behind the scenes with the Eagles, like and subscribe to the channel, because at any moment, another bombshell could drop in Philadelphia.